that blocker from behind, and the Bucs come in on it. That was Winfield with the safety blitz, blindsiding Fields, and fortunately for the Chicago Bears.
What's going on, everybody? Already, huh? Yeah, this is gonna be a long game right here, boy. Everybody doing all right. We up in here now. Let's get it, baby. Bucs defense already showing out. What's going on, everybody? This your boy Isaiah coming to you again from BucosLocker. Another episode of live stream football. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos, and make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Keep supporting this channel and all other Bucs channels and the Bucs platforms across social media. And if you want to donate, all donations are welcome, big or small. The donation links are in the description box. And also, if you want to super chat, feel free to super chat. The super chat is open. You see? There it is. Darden, what did I tell you? See? Mickens couldn't do that. See, this is what we needed. Jalen Darden. See? Mickens can't do that. The minute they get rid of Mickens, this happens. What a coincidence, huh? Explosive. What did I tell y'all? Mickens ain't getting his job back, man. It's a wrap. Mickens is done. Should have been had Darden in there. No, we gotta get Mickens in there. Mickens not good, man. Told y'all, man. What I tell y'all, man? I do this. What did I tell y'all? I told you. What did I tell y'all about Darden? Y'all got told y'all, man. Y'all don't be listening. Told y'all, man. Darden, man. Y'all ain't, Darden. No. Try to tell y'all. Man, Darden gonna be nice, man. He gonna run one back. Watch before the season over with. Oh yeah, this about to be a good game right here. run the ball, dog. It's there. Running game is there, man. Run it. It's on and popping, baby. It's on and popping already. I don't think the Bears are gonna have a close. This ain't gonna be no close game, dog. This ain't gonna be no close game. Touchdown Bucs. That was quick. Hey, look, Bears can get no shootout with us, baby. You know, it unfortunately for Ronald Jones, man, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. He ain't getting his job back, man. It's a wrap. Might as well trade him. I mean, you can keep him, but you ain't gonna resign him. I mean, why would he come back and if he's not gonna get no playing time like that? So you either trade him for something or he gonna leave. He gonna walk anyway. You know what I'm saying? You know, Ronald Jones gonna walk or you trade him. Which one you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So today's injuries for the Bucs. Now, keep in mind, Antonio Brown not playing, Lavonte David not playing, Gronkowski not playing, Richard Sherman not playing, of course, and of course you got Carlton Davis and you got Murphy Bunting not playing as well. So they missing some starters, but the starters that they're missing is not going to hurt them in this game. And the reason I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not too much worried about this game, but I'm gonna tell you why they're not playing this game. Next week, is the reason. That's the reason why they sitting out, because they know the Saints game gonna be tough. That's the reason why they could have played this game. Lavonte David could have played. Gronkowski could have played. Antonio Brown could have played if it was like a really big game. Like they could have played. But why not give them an extra week of rest, knowing you got a really tough divisional game next week? That's a smart move by the coaching staff, by Arians. It's a smart move. Don't play those guys. You got a tougher game next week against a better opponent and a tough in the division opponent. You might as well sit them down for another week because we can get by with those guys against the Bears. It just makes sense. You gotta think about it from a football perspective. The Saints gonna be a really tough game, so you need all your starters. There is no way that Gronkowski, AB, and Lavonte David not gonna be ready for that game. They're gonna play that game. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play. It just makes sense. And then you got a bye right after that. So it's like it just rolls right into it. You know what I'm saying? And you get out of the Saints game healthy. You get a bye. You get more healthy for the stretch run. But you got to try to get that divisional game next week because it's a big game. That's the reason why they're not playing this game. Because if all three of them played this game, what good is it going to do? Because they can get re-injured. They can re-injure it. And then now you're going into a Saints game. You're going into a road game against a divisional opponent without three key contributors against a really tough defense, a really tough team with a really good coach. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense. Jalen Darden, dog. Jalen Darden came out there with the Okie, dog. He just got more explosiveness. The Bears offense gonna have a long day. They can't even pick up a simple blitz. And Justin Fields, he got to be able to call the protection out. He's gonna have a good career, but he got to be able to call that out. That's just a rookie mistake. He didn't call out the protections for that blitz with Antoine Winfield. He didn't call the protection out. But what do y'all think about Ronald Jones, man? Like, what's up with Ronald Jones? Is it a wrap? I mean, you either trade him or he's gonna walk in the offseason. I don't think he's gonna come back. I just personally don't think so. Because how do you come back when you just basically got your job taken? You know what I'm saying? You've been with the organization for 4 years now. You ain't really ascend. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do with that? What do you, as a football player, what do you do in that situation? Do you sit behind a guy? Do you resign with a team that's pretty much not really feeling you like that? You know what I'm saying? Do you come back to a team that's not really feeling you like that? Because they're not really feeling Ronald Jones like that. Because if they were, they would be playing him a lot more. But you either trade him or he's gonna walk. Pick your poison. Like pick one. So that's one guy we're not gonna have back next year. We can X him out right now. You know what I'm saying? We can X out Ronald Jones right now, whether he get traded or whether he walks. He's gonna walk because he wants to get carries. 1st and 10 with Chicago. Wow. Well, Chicago like to run the ball. That's a big run by Herbert from Virginia Tech, the rookie from Virginia Tech with a good first down run. The longest run of the season on the Bucs. He got good vision, man. He got good balance. He tough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember watching him at Virginia Tech. That was the longest run against the Bucs this season. 1st and 10 again. Yeah, they're gonna blitz him all day long. See, this is the thing about it. Like, you can blitz rookie quarter. Like, remember now, I told y'all the Bucs defense gonna look good against quarterbacks like Jacoby Brissett, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, because they're young. They don't really not good passers. They're gonna look good against that. Remember, it comes down to how the Bucs gonna look against better quarterbacks. That's what it's come down to for me. They're gonna blitz these run quarterbacks. The Mac Jones. Those guys they're not ready yet. So some of these games you really can't. How much can you really take out of these games like this? You know what I'm saying? Like from looking at it from a defensive perspective, the Bucs defense gonna look really good, of course. But how much stock can you put into this when they're not playing top quarterbacks? It's not our fault because it's the schedule made like that. We didn't win our division, so when you win your division, you get a tougher schedule. So when the Bucs win a division this season, next season the schedule is going to be they're going to get the first place. They're going to get the divisional champion schedule, which will be more harder. They got a really easy schedule against really easy quarterbacks. So how do you judge the Bucs defense when they're not really playing the top level quarterbacks? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? How do you judge that? Dropped it. It's a drop. Mm. It could have been intercepting too. But it's going to be interesting to see the Bucs in the playoffs against better quarterbacks. It's going to be really interesting when they play the Matthew Stafford again. The Aaron Rodgers. We know we can play Aaron Rodgers. The Dak Prescott. Those quarterbacks like that. It's going to be really interesting how the Bucs play against top level receivers, top level offenses, because we've seen it already. It's just kind of weird how the Bucs play really good against bad teams, and then the good teams they kind of struggle. Like, you know what I'm saying? See, this is a really bad start for the Bears, right? They got to get their bearings correct, because if they don't get their bearings, they're going to, before they look up, they're going to be down 14, 17-0. Matter of fact, where's the Carolina fans, man? Where is the Carolina Kitty Cats? They was talking so much noise. Them Carolina fans was talking so much noise. Where are the Carolina fans? Where is Ja? Carolina really thought they had something. Well, it is what it is. What you doing? One word. That's one word, by the way. That's one word. What you doing? Carolina thought they had something. The Carolina Kitty Cats thought they had a good team. They all not good, man. Who told y'all was good? Try to tell them dudes, man. Try to tell them idiots, man. Like, thought they really had a good team. Who told them they had a good? Who told them they had a good team, man? A. Rod Haynes with a super chat. Hey, folks, super chat is open. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, appreciate you too, man. Shouts out at $4.99 for the one time online. A. Rod with the super chat. Folks, if you can super chat me, I will read out your super chat if you have a question. If you have a real question, super chat it. I'll read it out loud. We can talk about it. Ask me any question. Carolina Panthers fans thought they were really good. Crazy, man. Like, this is why I be telling people, like, when you watch football, you really don't want to get hype about your team until like week 9, week 10. That's why I'm kind of reserved about the Bucs. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm really objective, really realistic. I'm really like kind of like, I'm not overly hyped up. I laugh and giggle and stuff like that, but you don't see me like, oh yeah, we're gonna run through everybody. I'm always reluctant to be like, well, let the season play out until like week 8, week 9. Well, game 8, game 9. Then you get a clear idea what type of team you got. Now you do have an idea what type of team, what the Bucs are, what they are, but they still trying to work some things out, and you see they're trying to get that running game started against really bad defenses, which is a good. Remember, it's a confidence building game. It's a confidence building game. Let's be real, because you want to establish yourself when you start playing these really good teams, these really good run defenses. You want to still be able to run the ball. Oh, they're getting chippy out there too. Good first down run by Fournette. Ryan Jansen again. Before this game over with, they just being really. He's being really chippy with the Bears D line. Really chippy. Ryan Jansen got to calm down. Somebody got to get him pull him to the side. He needs to calm down before he costs us a penalty, man. Got to calm down, man. I know you're emotional and everything because you got beat last year, but you got to chill. What happened, man? Mike Evans, what you doing?
He goes, hey, Mike, if this guy blitzes right here, you got to run a hot route. He blitzes, and Mike still runs his route. And Tom's like, come on, Mike. How many times are you going to
See, this is probably you don't want to throw the ball to Mike Evans, man. Mike Evans be tripping, man. That's my guy, man. But he be tripping, dog. I get on him hard, man. I be on him really hard, man. Mike Evans got to stop this, man. Like, get in the game, man.
It's a 3rd and 6. Got a screen. Head on at the 15 by
Roquan Smith. What I tell y'all, man? What did I tell you about Roquan Smith? Roquan Smith, Devin White. Not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. You know what I'm saying? Devin White can run around and blitz it all day, but Roquan just an all-around better back. Fred Warner, Darius Leonard, Roquan Smith, Devin White. You got to get better in coverage. You got to get better in coverage, Devin White. If you want to get to this level, you need to get better in coverage. This is what separates Roquan Smith. We got that big contract. Devin White still struggling with coverage. People get hyped over Devin White, but you got to be able to cover. Special teams. It's raining out there, man. Yep. So, it's just like I tell people all the time, when you're watching football, remove your emotions sometimes. It's okay to be realistic. It's okay to, to be hard on your team because the expectations is here, right? But when you try to dance around topics and avoid topics and not try to talk about things that's right in your face, I'm going to talk about it. That's what separates me from a lot of Bucs platforms because they dance around a lot of topics that I don't dance around on. I meet it head up. I talk about it. I don't tap dance and tippy toe around a topic to push a narrative or to cater to a certain group of fans. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta like channels like that because if you at channels that's really biased and don't be real with their fans or don't be real about it when they talk about football, how do you take that as a fan watching the channel when you can watch these other channels and they don't really be real with it? They kind of tap dance around it because they like a certain player or nothing like that. If your player make a bad play, call it out. Don't sit there and say, well, that was because no. Like Mike Evans, that was Mike Evans' fault. That wasn't no bad throw. Mike Evans didn't run the route. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like, well, Brady should do the ball better. No, man. You got to start being real with yourself. You know. Let me give me some shout outs in the chat room. The chat room filling up, man. We getting there. We're pushing towards 100 people in the chat room. We pushing it. We pushing towards it. You know what I'm saying? We getting there. We got John K, Jay Gutter, Brent O'Neill, King Cook, Josh Woodard, Jonathan Brutus, Anthony Davis. Talking about the ex Pelican player, the Lakers center. Who else we got? Mom for Christ, Jason. What up, man? Salad, romaine lettuce, iceberg. Which one is it? Tampa Kingdom. What up, man? Sports Talk with Mark, Austin, Bay, Boybot. One of my shooters, you wish. One of the OGs, one of the OGs of the channel. You wish one of the shooters, y'all better behave too, cause the shooters don't play. Staples family, what up? Brandon O'Neill, Harold, what up? Dave Thomas, what's good with you, man? I ain't seen you, I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. Brian, what up? 1st and 10 for the Bears. Shotgun. Justin Fields with a drop back. Revels, what up, man? Lucas. It's just gonna be one of those games the Bucs will kind of take it away. This ain't gonna be a close game. I don't think so. He's gonna run away with it. Good defense. Yeah, the thing about the Bears is the offensive line not good and they can't throw the ball down the field. The Bears got a young backfield, you know. Oh, yep, interception. Delaney. Delaney. Yeah, this gonna be ugly, man. The receiver failed too. Yeah, it's gonna be a long game for Justin Fields, man. Long game. Allen Robinson failed. He he didn't throw it at Allen Robinson. He tried to throw it over him. He should have threw it at him. Yeah, man. That just Justin Fields, man. Yikes. He was open too. You gotta throw it at him. Yeah, see, he had a couple guys open too. Yeah, it was the three guys over there, man. He could have picked any one on it. All three of them was kind of open. But you know, your rookie mistakes, man. Like it's rookie mistakes. Rookie mistakes, man. You know, I mean, games like this, man, you can now you know as a Bucks fan, what you want to do is you want to look for things that you wanted to see the Bucks do really good. You know, kind of establish a running game. The special teams do a good job. Passing game solid. You kind of want to. You just gotta look for things that you want to see improvement on as the season go now with these type of games. You know, because you know how to turn out. You know the outcome of these games. You know, the outcome of these games you kind of already know. Like you can already see where this game going at. Like this ain't finna be close. You know, and the thing about when you play rookie quarterbacks, second year quarterbacks, is you can fool them with a lot of things, and they can't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about the Bucks offense this game, they don't really have to do a lot. They just maintain drives. Because the Bears offense, they don't have to score like they did against the Cowboys or the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the Bears offense we're talking about. Yeah, Valdir can't guard Godwin. Jared Valdir, number 22, can't guard him. Brady finna pick on him all day in the slot. Oh, good throw too. A lot of Brady's balls are in the middle of the field. Like a lot of it's interesting that teams that haven't figured this out yet. Like I can see it. A lot of balls that Brady throw are right in the middle of the hashes, between the hashes. Like that's where he makes a killing at. And the teams haven't figured it out. It's hard. It's hard to figure that out. See, once again, in the middle of the field. He's a surgeon in the middle of the field. If you kind of get Brady off his spot, he don't make good throws. But if you let him sit there, he'll throw the ball in the middle of the field all day. Should have caught that. Should have still caught that. He still should have caught that, man. I think Ryan Jansen's gonna get a flag on him, man. This is a good run by Fournette. This game gonna get out of hand really early. It's gonna be like the Dolphins game. It's gonna be hard to kind of watch the whole game because you kind of know, what I'm saying. It's gonna be kind of hard to kind of like talk about the game for 3 hours and it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be hard, man. Touchdown. Godwin again. Can't guard him, man. Like it's what a line. Trevathan? No, man. This it's gonna be hard to talk about this game. It is already 14-0 first quarter. And like, it's gonna be hard to talk about this game, folks. It really is, because the Bucs gonna look really good. Danny Trevathan, come on, fam. Got Godwin on a linebacker. That's all day. Like the design of the offense is just, they attack right at the hashes, from the hashes to hashes. They attack you right there because they got the receivers to do that. Godwin, AB, Gronkowski, Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to defend the Bucs because teams are so worried about Mike Evans to take him out the game, but Godwin's gonna eat. Yeah, Godwin too good. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to talk about this game for 3 hours, folks. I don't know. Can I make it through the whole game without like cutting it short? Because I mean, if the score like 38-10 in the second quarter, or I mean in the third quarter, I mean, I'm just running my mouth now. I'm just running my mouth. I'm not really talking about now. I'm just repeating the same thing over and over again. So I hope the Bears make it somewhat competitive, because you do want to see competitive games because they're exciting and you want to see competitive games, but you also want your team to win easily too, right? So it's kind of like how do you want this? You want to blow out in a early in the stream early, or you want a competitive game? I can keep talking and I can keep kind of engaging with you guys, and because it's hard, man. It's hard to talk about games and it's blowouts, man, because it's like, what do you talk about? You know, what do you talk about when it's a blowout? I mean, don't get me wrong, a dub is a dub, whether you blow them out close game. But as far as a YouTuber, a StreamYard guy or a live stream guy, it's hard to talk about a game when it's a blowout. It really is. Like, people don't understand that, man. Like, this stuff ain't easy, folks. Like, talking about a game when it's a blowout, it's like watching paint dry. So I don't know. I will see how long I can last, man, because right now it's 14-0 in the fourth quarter. We mess around and get 21 in the first quarter. You got to give up the sticks. Y'all know the routine when you play Madden or live, or any game that you keep score 21-0. You got to give up them sticks, baby. 21-0. You got to give up them sticks. Y'all know the routine, baby. You playing online, you 21-0. Give up them sticks. You got to give up them sticks, baby. Next. 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 All right. The last 19 games, 18-1. The last time we lost, Chicago. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Justin Fields a little bit. I think he has a future, but this not it for him right now, man. Like, they got to get some guys around him, man. Like, Sherman might be a better offensive coach anyway. We might not even need him. Might not even need him on the field, man. Just be a coach, man. Like, shoot, be a secondary coach. An asset, right? And they're gonna keep blitzing him all day. Yeah, Chicago got to get their bearings right, man. And then I had two short fields. Man, did y'all see the Cincinnati Bengals today? The Cincinnati Bengals are for real. Not the Bung. They're not the Cincinnati Bengals no more. They're the Bengals. They real, man. The Cincinnati Bengals are real. Like I was a little skeptical on them. I thought they was gonna be like the Carolina Panthers, right? Start out good and then fade away. But no, the Bengals are nice, man. Like wow, like. But see, the thing about the Bengals is they added some guys that some good pieces. Like you got your draft class, you got your core, right? You got your draft class, your core guys, your young guys. But they added some good veterans, Trey Hendricks. You know what I'm saying? You know, like they got some good guys on that team, man. That's a solid team. Watch out for the Bengals. The Bengals are very explosive. The Bengals are very explosive. Like remember, the AFC is so much tougher than the NFC. It's just so much tougher. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they just deep. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Bills, the Ravens, the Steelers still tough. The Bengals, you know what I'm saying? The Titans, the Chiefs. Well, I don't know about the Chiefs, but you know they tough out there. You know what I'm saying? Like a healthy Browns team. You know. But I'm telling you, man, like it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be a long day for the Bears, man. It really is. It really is a long day. But yeah, what's up with the Chiefs, man? See, people thought that you know, the Chief, like people saying the Bucs figured out the Chiefs. Sack. That's a fumble. Sack by Barrett. Yeah, it's gonna get real bad. It's gonna get real bad. Looks good against real. Looks good against really bad right tackles. But again, like it's gonna be a long game, folks. It's gonna be hard to do this. It's gonna be really hard. It's gonna have to be 21-0. Yeah, it's about to be 21-0, folks. It's an easy schedule, man. It is what it is. Like it's not our fault. It's not the Bucs. Like people like laugh at us. And, oh, the Bucs got an easy schedule and they playing these rookie quarterbacks. We didn't set the schedule. The schedule's already set. Like if you win your division, you get a harder schedule. The didn't win the division last year, but they got an easy schedule. This is about to be 21-0. You know, it's gonna be really interesting. Like, okay, so we seen the Bucs play the Cowboys and the Rams, right? Struggled against the Patriots, but then the Falcons, the Dolphins, the Eagles, and now the Bears, they just running through them. So it's still kind of hard to gauge the Bucs. Oh, it's Ronald Jones. Yeah, it's about to be 21-0, folks. Give up the sticks. Give up the sticks. 21-0, dog. Two turnovers. Like you can't win. You're not gonna beat the Bucs with two turnovers, man. Especially like a young team like this. Eddie Jackson can't tackle. Yeah, it's about to be 21-0. And it's no slight to the Bears defense. The offense ain't giving them no help. You know what I'm saying? It sucks because the Bears defense not that bad. Like let's be real. The Bears defense not bad. It's just their offense just horrible. Like they just don't have enough on offense to compete. If they had an offense to match their defense, the defense ain't got no rest. Like they don't been on the field, short fields 3 times, 2 turnovers. So let's not make it seem like the Bears defense trash. It's just the offense just not good. You know, it's just what it is. Like it is what it is, man. Short fields, man. Like what do you do with that? You know what I'm saying? Come on, break. Oh, that was behind him. Dang. Do it behind him. Third and 7. Touchdown. Can we give up the sticks, man? Can we give up the sticks, man? Can we give up the sticks? The game is over, man. Like you can rest the stars for real. Like you can rest everybody can chill now. Like for real. Didn't I call it? 21-0. Give up the sticks. Like this not even fair, man. Like 21-0. Like the stadium, half of the stadium gonna be gone by halftime. Yeah. You gotta give up the sticks. And you know, so what's so sad about it is the Bears defense not bad. It's not. It's so before you say, "Oh, the Bears defense trash," are you not looking at the Bears offense? 2 turnovers, short field, special teams give up a long return. So it looks like the Bears defense look like trash. But when your offense and special teams playing like crap, what do you do? Look, the only thing the Bears got going for them is the defense, and the offense is crap. Like the gimmicky college style stuff don't work. We saw it last week against Jalen Hurts. The only reason why the Eagles were still in the game because the Bucs in the second half kind of like lost focus. But I don't think they're gonna do it this game. You know, and it's a lot of this to do with last year too, because last year the Bucs got embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And now you insert Nick Foles. Like Brady gonna be done by halftime. By halftime, he's gonna be done. Like you don't have to play him. You got get ready for the Saints. Now, next week is a whole different game. 21-0 in the first quarter. I highly doubt that. You know what I'm saying? I highly doubt you skunk the Saints in the first quarter. We're talking about Chicago. The problem with Chicago is their offense is not good. Matt Nagy's not a good coach. You got a rookie quarterback out there. The defense trying, but you're giving them short fields, 2 turnovers. You know. Y'all got to give up the sticks, man. You got to give up the sticks. 21-0. Give up the sticks. Next. The Bucs can really just run the ball now for the rest of the game for real, because you don't see Chicago offense doing anything. You just, from what you've seen already, you don't see Chicago scoring more than 10 points. Oh, he got the ball. You know, it's funny. You know, it's funny how the Bucs look right now and how we looked before Brady got here, before Gronkowski, AB, Fournette, you know, Arians. How did the Bucs look before they got here? We didn't look good for 20-something years. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see us winning games, winning the Super Bowl. You know, and hopefully this whole thing can last even post Brady. I want this to last post Brady, because I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna take a lot of heat whenever Brady retires, 45, 50, you know, 65 years old. Whenever he goes, we got to be prepared as a fan base to take a lot of heat, because if we go from sugar to sugar honey iced tea, sugar to sugar honey iced tea, we gonna get laughed at, because now everybody gonna be like, I told y'all only reason why y'all was good because of a couple guys. And that's gonna be really embarrassing. And I hate to jump forward in the future like that, but because we're doing a lot of talking right now, but hopefully y'all prepared for the future too, because the same energy you got right now from last year to this year, and until Gronkowski retires and AB and all of them, you better have the energy when they leave too, because don't go back into your hole and be and complaining and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Have that same energy. You know, have that same energy when these guys gone. Remember, just you know, 5, 10, 15 years ago, we couldn't talk like this. We we couldn't even really talk like this as a fan base. We had to, we get hyped, but then we go back into our hole. Except for I didn't go back in my hole, but I stayed with my team. But right now, we all out right now. We all outside right now. We outside fighting night. We scrapping right now. We out here talking mad noise. But just remember, folks, just as easy as you can talk like this right now, 2024, 2025, keep that same energy. Because at some point, we're going to have to move on from the guys, the older guys, the JPPs and Dominican Sues. You feel me? The ABs, the Gronkowski, the Brady, you know what I'm saying? At some point, the Sherman, you know what I'm saying? So you better have that same energy. I'm just saying, don't talk. I'm just saying, be humble yourself. Because a couple years ago, we weren't talking like this. Humble yourself. Humble yourself because, before the different team got here, we wasn't talking like this. We was trying to defend, but we couldn't defend nothing. See the problem. This is you. And the thing about these games, he gave us Evans gave the ball away. Well, you get a ball signed by Brady. Look. If I got that ball, I'm gonna be like, I'll give that ball back, but you got to give me a ball signed by Brady. Forget that. I wouldn't get the ball back unless I get something in return. Forget that. Yeah, this is bad for the Bears, man. They can't do nothing. College style offense ain't gonna work. Yeah, they got to give him something signed. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have gave that ball back unless I got a signed ball by Brady, man. You got to get he can get the ball back, but I need a signed jersey. Give me a Brady jersey signed or something. You know what I'm saying? I would have. See, I'm different. I'm built different. That's a 600. That's a 600 touchdown ball. You got to give me something. You got to give me club level seats or something. You got to give me something. I'm not gonna just hand the ball back. I will give you a game ball. Nah, man. Nah, man. You wish. Appreciate the super chat. $4.99 for the one time online super chat from You Wish, one of the shooters. Last year the Bears won because it was our first year with Brady's offense and those penalties. This year is a whole different story, and it shows. Yeah, of course, it's a whole different story. We kind of knew, but see, this is it. Like when you got a veteran quarterback, veteran pieces around him, a solid team around him. Last year was rough. It was rough. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then first year dealing with Arians, that's a common trait. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of quarterbacks in Arians' offense the first year. Remember, this was the no risk and no biscuit version of Arians' offense. This wasn't the new version of no risk and no biscuit because the new version of no risk and no biscuit has a lot of Brady stuff in it, right? It's been modified, so it's not the same offense. It was not the same offense after week 12 because it was not a winning formula. If you take the Arians' offense in 2019 and say, "Okay, Brady, run that exact same offense," we wouldn't have won the Super Bowl. So when people say it was the same offense, no, it wasn't. They had to change that. Even like this year, this is not even the same no risk and no biscuit offense. It's clearly not. If you understand football concepts, it's not no risk and no biscuit. They had to take out a lot of that stuff and implement a lot of Brady stuff in between the hashes. Every quarterback struggles in the first year Arians' offense. It's the second year they excel even more. A lot of people dance around that topic about Arians. Like they talk about Arians and oh yeah, this and that. But go back and look at the quarterbacks in the first year in his offense. They all threw a lot of interceptions. All of them. No matter how you feel about the previous quarterback for the Bucs, go look at the other quarterbacks in the first year Arians' offense. The history shows itself. The history tells you the truth. Forget what I'm saying. Go look at the history. The history will tell you every quarterback in Arians' offense the first year throws a lot of interceptions. Brady had a career high in interceptions in the offense last year. Even Carson Palmer said it. Carson Palmer said the second year you get better. It's facts. It's proof, though. The thing about what I'm telling y'all is remember facts over feelings. The proof is in the pudding. It's about to be 35-0 halftime. I'm gonna call it right now. Yeah, this gonna get ugly. Telling y'all, man. To me, when it comes to the Bucs, it only matters for a few games to me. It only matters for a few games. A few games, that's all that matters to me. A few games. And I hate to say it like that. I'm not trying to diss the rest of the schedule. The Panthers twice, the Falcons one more time, the Jets, the Giants. I'm not going to diss those teams like that, but those games don't matter to me. The games that matter to me is the Saints twice, the Saints twice, the Bills, and the play and whoever we play in the playoffs. Those are the games that matter. The Cowboys game was okay. The Rams game would matter to me. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these games don't matter to me. And I'm not trying to be uppity or act like, but like every other team is beneath the Bucs, but let's keep it 100. These games don't matter. They are dubs. They're clear wins. They're clear wins. You know what I'm saying? Like that we have clear wins on the schedule. That I keep telling y'all, the only games that matter to me was the Rams, the Saints twice, and the Bills. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Those are the only games that matter to me in the playoff games. That's it. The other games is like, all right, we got to go through that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still want to see Byron. I don't know. Byron Leftwich, can he? Oh, Byron Leftwich, can he take a coach? Can he coach a team from scratch? Tristian Ward's doing a good job right now. See, Brady throws the ball in between the hashes. That's his bread and butter, man. In the middle of the field, he eats you, pile the middle of the field up. You can cause the Bucs to. You can cause the Bucs. Like one thing, I'm noticing some kinks right there is Brady. A lot of his balls are in the middle of the field. Like a lot of the balls are in the middle of the field. If you have some decent linebackers and a good safety combination like the Rams, you can cause problems in the middle of the field for the Bucs. If you just you got to have a competent offense too. You just can't have a really good defense. You just can't have a really good defense to beat the Bucs. You got to have a potent offense. You got to have an offense to keep up, because if not only you got to keep up, you got to keep the lead. You can't have an offense like the Bears, the Eagles, the Patriots, the Falcons. Notice we won all 4 of those games, right? Bottom half teams. Not really. I don't care what the Falcons did. Yeah, the Falcons have won 3 of their last 4 games, but Falcons offense not good. Dolphins offense not good. The Bears offense not good. The Eagles offense not good. But when we played the Cowboys and the Rams, how do we look? They didn't look good. See what I'm saying? Like there's levels to this. Like you cannot judge the Bucs off of beating the Bears. You can't do it. It's a dub. All you can look at this game and say, okay, the Bucs can work on this, the Bucs can work on that, but yeah, the Bucs, because I look at the Bucs for 2 games so far this season. The Bucs are 5-1. I look at the Cowboys game and I look at the Rams. They're 1-1. That's the record that matters to me. Offenses that can keep up with decent defenses. But the rest of those wins are just dubs. They're just dubs. They're just wins to me. Like, they're easy wins. And the reason why the Patriots game was harder than what it really was, it was a lot of emotion was involved. We should have blew out the Patriots. We should have blew them out. We should have blew out the Eagles. But we beat them. Those games were harder than what they made those games harder than what it should have been. But we got the dub. But I only judge the Bucs off a few games this season. Go look at the schedule. How can you judge the Bucs on games like this when you seen the Bucs against the Cowboys and the Rams? You see the difference with the quarterbacks? West Hook, $5 super chat one time for the one time online. Try again. I don't know what you mean. Try again. Try again. Appreciate the super chat, $5 for the one time online. But yeah, like for me, the Bucs are 5-1. But when I look at it as 1-1 because of the games I judge the Bucs on. Cowboys, Rams, Saints twice, and the Bills. What the Bucs record gonna look like in those games? Those games right there. What the Bucs record gonna look like in those games? 3-2, 4-1, because we already lost to the Rams already. See, the thing about the Bears is they don't have enough offense. Like, and I want the Bears to do good because I like Justin Fields, but they just don't have enough. They just don't have enough to keep up. And Matt Nagy is not. I don't think Matt Nagy is going to be the coach next year. I don't think Matt Nagy is going to be the coach next year. I don't think so because the Bears are about to go into a spiral. The Bears going to probably end up like 6-11, 7-10. They're going to fire Matt Nagy. Like, see, the thing about having a ball control offense is it works when you have a lead. It don't work when you're not winning. It don't work when you're not up when you're not up and you're down 21-0. You can't establish that type of offense, and the Bears' offense is one way. No, that ain't gonna work. The Bears' offense is one way and one way only. What do you do with that offense? And now I got to get on the Bears now, because I got to get on the Bears because they're not making it competitive. 2 turnovers and a bunch of punts. I mean, what do you do with that? You can't blame the Bears defense. Like, you really can't blame the Bears defense. Oh boy. Yeah. It's all fun, folks. It's all fun. It's all fun right now. I want this next week. I want this energy next week against better tackles, a better O-line, a better coach. I want to see this in the really good games. I don't want to see this only in the bad teams. I want to see this against the better teams, the rival teams, the Bills, the Rams, the Cardinals. I want to see that against those teams, not the Bears, the Dolphins, the Eagles. Right tackle, horrible. I mean, look at that. Bad. Yeah, you might as well say them. Like, hey, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna break this man's confidence keeping him out there. They might just let him play through it. This is not even fair. It's not even fair. Like, because it's no shame to Justin Fields. It just look at the pieces around him. Look at the pieces around Justin Fields. Look at his O-line. Like, it's not even fair. It's not. This is like the uncle beating up on the nephew. The dad beating up on the son. It's not fair, man. It is like forward pass. $10 from West Hook. Try again was not what I meant. Bad gift. I love this channel. Been subscribed from the beginning. Loving my team. The Bucs are champs. Winning the team. 600 tutties. That was a legal forward pass, by the way. Appreciate the super chat, man. $10 super chat by West Hook. That's 3 turnovers, man. Like, what do you do with that? See what I'm saying? Middle of the field. Middle of the field. Brady lives right there. You know what I notice about older quarterbacks as you get older? Danny Trevathan. See, they picking on Trevathan and Jared Vildor. Number 22 and number 6. Brady's picking on them. He's picking on number 6 and number 22 in the middle of the field because Vildor is guarding the slot and Danny Trevathan is the middle linebacker. He's killing them. He's killing them in the middle of the field. But I do notice that about older quarterbacks. One thing I did notice about older quarterbacks, a lot of older quarterbacks love the middle of the field. They just love it. They love the middle of the field. They don't like the younger you are, the further you throw the ball on the outside. But the older you get, it's easier to throw the ball. What's the quickest way from point A to point B? Straight ahead. It's not hard to defend the Bucs offense. I mean, like I'm talking from a football perspective. Middle again. Like, I do this. I know what the Bucs running. I know what they run. They run a lot of their plays in the middle of the field. You gotta be able to have guys in the middle of the field. Middle of the field. Middle of the field. That's how you defend the Bucs. Like, you know, they said the blueprint out for the Chiefs. No, the blueprint been there. The blueprint been there. Teams just caught up to it. Oh boy. Ryan Suckup. He said, here come the Bears and they down 21-0. Fam, I understand if it was like 14-10. 21-0 tells them, here come the Bears. Really, dude? Like, come on, Jim Nance and Tony Romo, man. Oh, the Bucs are getting triggered. They're feeling themselves right now. Bombs away. They're trying to see what it is. The Bucs trying to end the game early, so it's bombs away. And when I mean, so folks, for those of you that don't mean what bombs away is, that means forget the running game. That's what bombed away is. Bombs away means forget the running game. We could just throw the ball around the yard. We're going to be the Chiefs. The Bucs are looking like the Chiefs right now. That's what the Chiefs do. The Chiefs just throws the ball around the field. Throw the ball around the field, bombs away. Can't do that against better teams. It doesn't work. Remember, this energy that I see right now, I want to see this energy against the Saints next week in New Orleans. I want to see that. This energy that they're giving right now, I want to see that same energy against the Saints. I want to see 21 points in the first quarter, second quarter, early. The rowboating in New Orleans in the Superdome. I want to see that. I don't want to see that always against the bad teams. I want to see that against the good teams, against the Rams, the Cowboys, the Saints, the Bills, the Cardinals. You know what I'm saying? The good teams. Don't only do it against the bad teams with bad right tackles and bad left tackles. Do it against teams that got really good O-lines. Because when they play teams against really good O-lines, you don't see none of this. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't want the Bucs to only be front runners against bad teams. I want the Bucs to do good against good teams. You get what I'm saying? All the rowboating and stuff like that, do that against better O-lines. Because against better O-lines, you don't do none of that. You get no sacks, you get no pressures. The Rams O-line, the Cowboys O-line, you didn't do none of this. And you in those 2 games, you're 1-1 in both of them, you're 1-1 out of those 2 games. You rolling the boat against the Bears, a bad O-line with a bad right tackle, a bad right tackle. You hear me? A bad right tackle, you're rolling the boat. Come on, man. Do that against better right tackles, against better O-lines, better head coaches. Like I'm gonna keep telling y'all this. These games are just fun to me, man. Bombs away. Do that against better O-lines, better head coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I want to see the Bucs take the next step in the regular season. I know what the Bucs did in the postseason. I'm talking about the regular season. All this is doing, this is just preparing the Bucs for the playoff run. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already know the Bucs are going to make it to the playoffs. We know that. The Bucs are going to do really good in the regular season, folks. They're going to be really good in the regular season. They got the right tackle is not even, they got it number 73 benched. They got him out of there. You look good against bad O-lines, but better O-lines, I don't see none of this. Where's the rowboating against better O-lines? You know, the Bears, they got a long way to go, man. They for you know, some teams just can't get the O-line figured out, and the Bears is one of them. You know, there are some teams that just can't get the O-lines right, and the Bears are one of them. Herbert is nice, man. That Herbert kid is nice. They're running the ball, man. Bears got one of the top running games in the NFL. If they just had a better passing attack, this would be a better game. If they had a better passing attack and a better O-line. That's what's killing the Bears right now. They got a horrible O-line and a horrible coach. They don't have a good coach. They don't have a good O-line. That's a bad combination. Once the Bears get this O-line figured out and this head coach situation figured out, I think the Bears will be fine long term. But you got to get the O-line right. You got to get the head coach right. You got to get the O-line right. If you can't get those 2 things right, it doesn't matter if you got a skill position, because the Bears got some guys on their team that's decent. They just, O-line is bad. O-line is bad and head coach is bad. See what you want to see in this game is you don't want the Bucs to get hurt. You get what I'm saying? Because we got a big game next week. We can't have people hurt. Got a big game next week. I'm telling y'all, folks, y'all don't understand. I live in New Orleans. The game is huge. They're already talking about it in New Orleans. We got to have everybody healthy for next week. It's a primetime game. You got to have people healthy. We need everybody on deck for that game, because I want the Bucs to beat the brakes off the Saints. I want the Bucs to beat the brakes off the Saints. I want that game so bad. I live here. I want to talk so much noise. We need everybody healthy. This is not the game for the Bears, for the Bucs players to be hurt. You knew the Bears were going to score at least 10 points. I gave them 10 points. What did I say? What I said? 30, what I said? 30, 13, something like that. So I gave them some points. You know what I'm saying? I gave them some points. But what I'm saying is, you know, when you look at the totality of the situation is, you don't want to sleepwalk through the game, and you want to come out of this game healthy, because we got a big game next week. And I'm going to keep stressing that. You know, it's hate week next week. It's hate week. Hate. All love, though. And shout out to the Saints fans. I'm coming for you, though. I'm coming for you, Saints fans. I'm not letting y'all breathe next week. I'm going to be heavy on y'all channel talking noise. Herbert is a very hard guy to tackle. Herbert is a very hard guy to tackle. I like how he runs, man. He runs really tough. So they missing Tariq Cohen, David Montgomery. So the Bears missing some weapons. I mean, they're not healthy too, and their O-line suck. Their O-line is horrible. That was a bad play call too. It's a bad play call. Really bad play call. So you cut half field off, but you ain't got no routes over there. But see, this is what I'm saying. Like coaches like Matt Nagy, Robert Saleh, Dan Campbell, like those guys are in over their head. David Cutley, Brian Flores, those guys are in over their head, man. Nick Sirianni. Another bad play call. A tight end that's not even known for that stuff. You throwing the ball to him like that. They got to go for a touchdown. Well, Houston was winning 5-0, but not Arizona winning 14-5. Now Arizona kind of got their foot on the gas now. That was actually a decent ball. The tight end just wasn't good enough. Like the what the Bucs need to do is the Bucs don't need to do what the Chiefs did, right? If you watch the Chiefs play against the Titans today, the Chiefs really just dropped back and threw the ball 100,000 times. No remnants of a running game. And the Bucs don't need to get caught up in that type of style. The Bucs have built this confidence up in the running game for the last few weeks. And they got trigger happy with this bombs away stuff. Like your running game has got a lot of confidence. You stick with it. I understand, you want to get the touchdown, passing yards, you got 3 receivers over 1,000. I get it. But your running game is there. What's the problem? Like, turn around and hand the ball off. Like, what is so hard? Why do we go through this every week with the Bucs? We are getting unnecessary 3 and outs. Unnecessary 3 and outs. We literally running the ball 4-5 yards a clip. No. We're gonna go bombs away 6 straight times. Like, what's the problem? Sometimes you just gotta get a rhythm and get a drive going. Just run the ball a few times. Just run the ball 6 straight times. You're running the ball well. You can run the ball 6 straight times and get 2 or 3 first downs off running the ball 6 straight times. What is the problem? What is the problem? I understand you want to get the bombs away and the touchdowns and the 5,000 yards and all that. I get it. The 6,000 yards, the 5,500 yards, the 5,600 yards. You're trying to break all these records. I get it. Trust me. I understand. You're trying to shatter these records. You're trying to get these personal, plaques on the wall and 600 touchdowns. I get it. No, that's all that's gonna come. But sometimes just turn around and run the ball. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I always say, well, if the Bucs want to be a top 5 running team, they can if they want to. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I want them to do it. Don't tell me, well, the Bucs could be a top 5 running team. Well, do it. Do it. Do it. Don't tell me what they can do if they want to. Don't give me the if they. Don't give me the if they want to run the ball. No, run the ball. You can't sell me on if the Bucs want to be top 5 running. No, they're not. Don't give me if the Bucs want to be a top 5 running team. They can be. The key word is if. Caps. If. No. They need to do that. Top 5 passing. What's wrong with a top 5 passing and running game? What's wrong with that? Well, shoot, at least a top 10, a top 15 running game. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Oh, the Bucs can be that if they want to. Do it. Do it. Don't give me this if. Do it. Darden. The scat back, ain't he? Quick, he quick as hell. Remember, if you look at the Bucs offense in the history, when have they ever done that? When have they ever done that? When have they ever see these are the wrinkles that I've been telling y'all? This is not the same offense. This is you. If you come on here talking about no risky, no biscuit, I'm gonna laugh at you. I'm gonna laugh at you all day. No, it's not no risky, no biscuit. It's not. It's a modified offense. See, the Bucs getting 5-6 yards of carry. What's the problem? If you want to be a top 10 running game, do it. Like you just do it. Do it. Don't tell me if you can. Because you're gonna need it next week. You're gonna need to run that ball next week. You ain't finna chuck the ball around like that next week. One of the few teams that match up against the Bucs really well is the Saints. They match up with the Bucs really well in the secondary. They match up. We saw this with our own eyes. They match up well. You got to be able to run the ball. What's that, a Valder again? Oh, number 36. Godwin. It's going to be interesting next week, folks. It's hard to guard Godwin, man. It's hard to guard him, man. The question is, though, is he an $18 million receiver? Is he an $18 million receiver? $19, $20 million receiver? If that's the case, then what did the Bucs do with that much money? And now you got Evans and Godwin making over $15 million? Like, how do you do that? The Evans? Evans! That's my guy. That's my guy. Go route. That's my guy. Dropped the dime, too. He didn't even know he caught the ball. Another touchdown. Yeah, give her the sticks, man. They try to take the ball from the lady, man. No, y'all see the ball when Evans caught it? Like, he didn't even know he caught the ball. He kind of like went down his stomach. It was a pass interference. He was holding him. He was holding him, man. Now, that was no risky, no biscuit. So the question is that how long do the Bucs play their starters? That's the question. I think this game is in hand, right? I think we can all agree. I think we can agree with this game is kind of over, right? We can agree with that, right? So probably by the third quarter, I'm cutting this off, man. Like, I'm not going to sit through the fourth quarter talking about backups. I'm not going to do that. That was no risky, no biscuit. See, it's a mixture between the Brady style and the Arians style. Like every now and then you'll see that Arians style pop out. That was Arians throw. 5 plays, 75 yards, no risky, no biscuit. Then the other times you'll see the methodical eat you up down the field, down the middle of the field. Like it's a hard offense to defend because if you get sleepy, the no risk and no biscuit come out. You know, that five plays, 75 yards, that's no risk and no biscuit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at what point do the Bucs kind of say, all right, the game is under control, we can rest our starters, right? What do we do? Right? What do we do? Do we keep playing Brady like, you know, do we keep playing our starters? Do we give our young guys some burn? I mean, because this game is completely under control. I guarantee you half of that stadium be gone by a third quarter. Halftime, half of the stadium gonna be, because it's like, you know, the outcome of this game. There's no reason to sit here and, like I told y'all this. I told y'all in the first quarter. Halftime, the game is already over. Like, there is no way the Bears can come back with that offense. There is no way. There is no way the Bears can come back with the offense. No way. No way. So what do? You wish with another super chat, $4.99 for the one time online. They did go. They did the go route because last drive Brady missed Mike Evans when he was wide open, so they wanted to try again. Yeah, no risk, no biscuit. They were like, oh, we got to go that again. The only thing the Bucs got to do now for this rest of this game is just not get hurt. You know, you got your key guys rested up for next week. You know, your offense is humming. You don't play 3 bad defenses, so you got confidence. You got your Gronkowski, AB, Lavonte resting. You don't play 3 bad offenses and defenses, right? And head coaches. Now next week you got a game against a divisional rival. It's a big game, and you're looking really good. You're clicking on all the cylinders. It's almost like it's a setup. Like, it's a setup going into the big games. Like, you know, we got the Cowboys out the way, and then we had the Rams early. Then we had the Patriots, and then we got the Saints. You know, we got the bye week. You know, it's like every game that's a big game is kind of like like all the big games are kind of like early. When we got in the back half of the season, we got the Bills and the Saints, right? Outside of that, what is it? And after the bye week, outside of the Saints and the Bills, who is the biggest threat on the Bucs schedule? Outside in the second half of the season, who is the biggest threat to the Bucs besides the Saints and the Bills, as far as competition wise? After the bye week. After the bye week, what's the Bucs' biggest competition besides the Bills and the Saints? The schedule sets up perfect for the Bucs. This ain't gonna work. Matt Nagy horrible. Matt Nagy is horrible. Panthers. What? Like I said, besides the Saints and the Bills in this week, besides the Bills and the Saints, who is the Bucs' biggest competition in the next after the bye week, after week 9? Where is the competition besides the Bills and the Saints in the second half of the season? There's a high probability that the Bucs can go undefeated in the second half of the season. Look at the schedule, folks. After the bye week, look at the schedule. Outside of the Saints and the Bills, who can cause us problems? Don't be surprised we run the table in the second half of the season. And we might end up 16-1. Don't be surprised, folks. Don't be surprised we go 16-1 or 15-2. Don't be surprised. I said 14-3 because I called out a loss already. I called the Rams as an L. We split with the Saints and we lose to the Bills. That's 3 L's. 14-3. You know, I had people mad at me because I said 14-3. I had people mad at me talking about I'm hating because I said the Bucs gonna go 14-3. Really, Bucs Like, you don't come at me like that because I said the Bucs gonna go 14-3. You get mad at me for saying that? Because I picked out an L already. I was right about the Rams game. I'm gonna be right about the Bucs splitting with the Saints, and I'm gonna be right, and it's the Bucs losing to the Bills. And you mad at me for saying that? 14-3. 14-3, and we're gonna win the division. We're gonna get home field advantage. We're gonna be fine, folks. It's okay to lose a couple games, folks. It's okay. Don't get mad at me. I'm just being realistic. I told y'all wasn't gonna be no undefeated season. Oh, the Bucs going undefeated. No, they're gonna lose to the Rams. Oh, you a hater. You being pessimistic. You don't like the Bucs. You hate Brady. No, are you kidding me? Like, because I'm being realistic, because I don't get my emotions tied up to the Bucs. Unbelievable. Let me catch one of y'all saying that again in my channel. I'm gonna call you out. Let me catch one of y'all. Let me catch one of you non-Pirates and C-Bandits doing that again. I'm gonna get you. I promise you. I'm gonna get you. If I catch one of y'all in the chat room saying some stupid stuff like that, I'm hating on the Bucs because I picked us to lose, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you real good. I'm gonna get you really good. It's okay to lose, folks. It's okay. I'm glad we're not going undefeated. I'm glad we're not going 17-0 or 20-0. I'm glad. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. It's one word. I'm gonna get you. All my stuff, all my little things like this, one word. It's not 2 words or 3 words. It's one word. I'm gonna get you. Sack. I want to see the Bucs do this against the Saints O-line. I want to see the Bucs do this against the Ramczyk and the Armstead and the McCoy. I want to see the Bucs do this against the Saints O-line because we saw this against the Saints O-line. We didn't see this. I need the Bucs to be hyped up for the Saints O-line. Matt Nagy's horrible. Matt Nagy, right? Matt Nagy, Sean Payton. Bears O-line. Bears O-line, Saints O-line. See the difference? Bears O-line, Saints O-line. Do that against tackles and left tackles. Bears O-line, their right tackle and left tackle, horrible. Matt Nagy, Sean Payton. Not even close. See the gap? You see the gap? See the gap? Rams, Bears. Cowboys, Bears. Cowboys O-line, Bears O-line. Rams O-line, Bears O-line. Sean McVay, Matt Nagy. Mike McCarthy, Matt Nagy. I'm trying to get y'all mindset to see, okay, when we play against bad teams, we look really good. I'm just trying to get y'all to understand the bigger picture here. Yeah, where's the bad name? Oh, yeah, his last name is Tribe or something like that. Judas Tribe or something like that. Like, please. Keep the game competitive. It's over. Who was that? Number 44. Ogletree. Oh, the show Man.
Tampa Bay has been one of the most penalized teams by yardage. In fact, the most, but they've not had a penalty thrown on them in this half. And that's down to the 20 for Godwin.
Screen, a lot of screen pad, like the Bucs offense is so different. Like I didn't see this like with Greg Schiano, Raheem Morris, Dirk Cutter, Arians before Brady got there. We didn't see none of these type of plays. Lovey Smith, like the screens and all that stuff. Like we never seen none of this. Never seen none of it. It's just interesting to see the Bucs offense look like this because we've never seen it look like this. We've never, as a Bucs fan, I've never seen the Bucs do stuff like this. All these head coaches that we had, even before, like Arians before Brady, Dort Cutter, Lovey Smith, Greg Schiano, Raheem Morris, John Gruden. We didn't see none of this stuff with the Bucs. We didn't see none of these type of offensive play calling. None of it. I've never seen this offense before. Like as long as I've been a Bucs fan, I've never seen this type of offense. I've never seen it. All the head coaches, all these years, and look, and I can scan this all the way back to John Gruden. I don't even have to focus on the last 5 years because a lot of people like to just a lot of people like a lot of the Bucs fans they only cut out like the last 5 years. They don't even look. They don't even go further back. We're gonna stop right here. That or everything else before the last 5 years don't matter. Yes, it does. All this counts. Dort Cutter, Bruce Arians, like this is before Brady. Bruce Arians, DRK, Lovey Smith, Schiano, Raheem Morris, John Gruden. Go back and look at the offenses. Didn't look like this at all. All right, y'all remember that stuff? Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Real Bucs fans know. Oh yeah. Yeah, so the Bucs about to put up. Didn't I say 35 points by halftime? I think I said that earlier. It's over. Like I don't even know if I'm going to complete the third quarter. I really don't. And I hate to do this. I don't think I'm gonna go through the whole third quarter. I think I'm gonna switch to another game because I'm not gonna sit here and watch this, man. Because the Bears just not competitive right now. They're just not competitive. They're just not good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fun while I was last year. It was good to be on here with you guys, but I can't sit through this because it's not competitive. Oh, he's not a true fan. He don't sit through these games like this. It's not even about that. It's just trying to talk about a game that you just know it's over. Like it's just now I'm just sitting here just running my mouth. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that at all. The Raiders winning. I'm already looking at other games already. The Raiders. I still don't. You know what's so crazy? I still don't have internet. I'm using my mobile hotspot. You know. You know what's so crazy is if we beating the Saints like this, I will sit through the whole game and talk about the whole game because it's the Saints. And I'll do that. I'll do that for the Bills game. I'll do that for the Saints games. But I'm not doing it for no other game. If we blowing out these teams, the Panthers, the Jets, the Giants, the Redskins, I'm not going to sit through these games like this. I'm not going to do that. About halftime, third quarter, I'm out. I'm out. Yep. So the Bucs, the Bucs are a solid team. It sucks because, and the thing about the Bears defense is they got a good defense. You know what I'm saying? They're not a bad defense. It's just their offense is just horrible. Ooh. Number 20 got belted. Number 20 got to get your weight up, baby. Brady he does it a lot. He throws a lot of high balls. Like if he's not 100% sure, he throws the ball high. I noticed that about Brady. If he's not 100% sure, he throws the ball high. Because the reason why he threw that ball high, he wasn't 100% sure. He's getting the ball in his hand really quick too. It's predetermined plays. See, another high ball. So they're gonna come back to that play. Watch. Where's Mike Evans? Let me see. Come back to that play. Where is he at the bottom of the screen? Here we go. Touchdown. Watch this. They're coming back to it. Yep. Boom. It was literally the same play. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? Same exact play. They ran that play on the other side. They ran that play on the other side, and Brady threw a high. They lined them up on the other side, the opposite side, and they ran the same play. Number 22, Valdor. They literally ran the same play. They literally ran the same play. Folks, I'm not doing the third quarter. I'm good. This is going to be it for me. I don't need to do the rest of the game. They literally ran the same play. They ran that play the play before, and they lined Mike Evans up on the other side and ran the deep in cut. Bruh, it's not hard, man. There ain't nobody breaking that touchdown. Most reception in Tampa Bay history. Nobody catching that. That's how bad the Bucs receivers been over the years. This is how bad our franchise been over the years. Look at the franchise touchdowns. Dog, the Bucs got a really bad history, man. The Bucs have a really bad history, folks. Like, look at our stats, man. We don't have no receiver over 75 touchdowns. What? Too easy. All right, folks. Halftime, we can talk about something else. This game is over with. After this conversation, I'm going to shut down the live stream. So I'm gonna give it another couple minutes, and I'm calling it a day, folks. I'm going to do something else. I'm not going to sit through this. Poor Justin Fields, man. Offense sucks, man. Like, they just not good. Like, Bears, Eagles, with Jalen Hurts, Jacoby Brissett, like 3 straight games against 3 bad quarterbacks. 3 straight games against quarterbacks that's not even nowhere near the top 15. Brissett, Hurts, Fields. 3 straight bad quarterbacks. Half of the stadium about to leave. Half of the stadium is about to leave. Half of the stadium is about to leave because there's no point in sitting there. Not everybody just gonna be shooting sugar honey iced tea, just talking about stuff. So let's talk about what I really want to talk about. Hate week, Bucs versus Saints. What y'all think about that game? Now, going into that game, the Bucs, as planned, and I planned this at the beginning of the season. The Bucs are going to be 6-1. And I said the Saints were going to. I didn't give the Saints schedule out because I didn't call the record out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do a Saints review because I don't care about what their record going to end up being. But I said the Bucs are going to be 6-1 headed into the Saints game. Now, the Saints are 3-2. They play the Seahawks tomorrow. Now, if you're a football fan, if you look at the Seahawks situation, Geno Smith against the Saints defense, who are you picking? And we're talking about football. We're not talking about the Bucs or you're gonna no. We're talking about the Bucs playing the Saints. So leading up to this game, the Saints got the Seahawks tomorrow. Geno Smith versus the Saints defense. That's what it comes down to. Who you got? And we're talking about football. We're being football fans first. Remember, we're football fans first on this channel. So are you picking the Seattle Seahawks to beat the Saints? Geno Smith? Does Geno Smith have a chance to beat the Saints? Like to carry the offense with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf and Will Dissly, Chris Carson, DJ Dallas, who the Bucs could have picked versus Keyshawn Vaughn. DJ Dallas got drafted after Keyshawn Vaughn, by the way, and DJ Dallas is way better. Who are you picking? The Saints or the Seahawks? Saints or the Seahawks? We're talking about football, folks. Calm down. Now, this is a Bucs channel, but we're talking about our opponent next week because I got to talk about it. So let's just say the Saints beat the Seahawks. Okay, because I'm going to take the Saints over the Seahawks because of the Geno Smith factor. The Seattle Seahawks defense is horrible. They're all over the place. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. And they got Geno Smith as a starting quarterback. That's not going to work. So, okay, Saints with the dub unless the Seahawks play the game of their lives. So let's say the Saints win the game, hypothetically speaking. So that means the Saints will be 4-2. The Bucs will be 6-1 for next week's game. You want to talk about a huge game? Because let me tell you the magnitude of this game. If the Saints win and they 4-2 and the Bucs are 6-1, which they are going to be, if the Bucs beat the Saints next week, that means the Bucs will be 7-1 going into a bye week. The Saints will be 4-3. The Bucs will be 3 games ahead of them at that point. 3 games. This is a big game. This is a 2-game swing for the Bucs if they beat the Saints. I can care less about the Panthers and the Falcons. If they beat the Saints, that's a 2-game swing for the Bucs. They got to win the game. They got to beat the Saints. They got to beat the Saints. No matter at whatever cost they got to do it. They got to that game got to be a perfect game plan. It can't be like the Rams and it can't be like the Cowboys. You got to literally beat the Saints. Remember, I watch a lot of football, folks. The Saints offense not good, not really that good at all. The run game is solid, the O-line solid. Their passing attack is not good. Granted, no Mike Thomas, no Trey Smith. So they're missing some key guys, no Nick Vanette. So they're missing some guys in the passing attack, right? But their run game is still solid, and their O-line still good, and their special team still good, and the coach still good, and the defense still good. So you have to factor that all in. They're not winning because of offense. Like back in the day, the Saints offense was always good, like top level, Sean Payton, But now if you look at the Saints, their defense win a lot of games. They got some big plays with their offense, deep down the field passes and stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken, Winston got was it 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, right? So it's something like that, right? 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, something like that. So he's not turning the ball over. Granted, they're not throwing the ball a lot, but he's being more efficient in a better offense that fit him, right? So there's in that offense, and I told y'all, I don't think he's going to throw 30 interceptions in that offense. It's not happening. Peyton offense is too efficient. They're not good passing the ball, but they got deep striking plays, right? They can get you deep. And what the Bucs got to do is the Bucs got to defend the deep ball because that works for the Saints. For some strange reason, they're better throwing the ball down the field than short balls. And that's interesting, right? And what is the Bucs' problem? They don't defend the ball down the field well. So Jamel Dean will get attacked. Richard Sherman will get attacked. You know what I'm saying? The safeties will be because Sean Payton's going to attack them. So what the Bucs got to do is, as far as defensively, and the reason why I'm singling out the Bucs defense because we know what the Bucs can do stopping the run. But the Saints have had success running the ball against the Bucs because the Saints got a better O-line. So it's going to come down to the Bucs secondary to shrink the Saints offense into 10 and in. The Bucs offense going to be fine against the Saints. Now it's going to be tough. It ain't going to be like the Bears defense. It ain't going to be like the Eagles or the Dolphins. You know, the Saints defense going to make the Bucs offense work a little bit because they match up well, right? They match up because they have the secondary, right? They have the secondary to match up against the Bucs receivers. We've seen this over the years. So no matter how you feel about a certain player on the Saints, remove Jameis Winston from the Saints. The Saints match up well against the Bucs. So if you think, oh no, look at the team around him. I always let y'all know, don't focus on the player. Look at the guys around him. The Saints match up well against the Bucs. It's just what it is. It's no matter how you cut it, no matter how you feel about Winston, the Saints match up very well against the Bucs. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all a question. How many teams matched up well against the Bucs? On paper, how many teams match up well against the Bucs? Name them. Name me the teams that match up well against the Bucs. How many teams match up well against the Bucs as far as secondary, D-line, head coach, O-line? How many teams? How many teams like can literally line up against the Bucs and be like, we got some guys, or we got some dogs over here too. We saw the Rams. We know Rams is one of them. We know the Rams is one of them. The Rams is one of the teams that match up. They match up well. They okay. They got a secondary. Okay, they got linebackers. Okay, they got a D-line. Oh, they got a head coach. Special teams pretty good. O-line is pretty good. D-line's pretty good. They got a decent running game. They got some really good receivers. The only problem with the Saints is the receivers for the Saints. Now, me living here, there's a high probability that Mike Thomas is back for the game. Carlton Davis might be back, so that'd be a good matchup. So many storylines with the Bucs and Saints matchup because we know what happened last year. We got embarrassed. We got embarrassed by the Saints twice. Now, we beat them when it mattered, right? Thanks to Jared Cook. Antonie Winfield with the strip, you know. But in the regular season, in both primetime games, we got embarrassed. And we got handled pretty easy. Like, let's be real. We got handled. So you gotta think that Brady and the rest of the guys, the Arians and all of them, you know they got this game circled. You know they got those games circled. You know they had the Bears game circled. You know they got both. You know they got both games versus the Saints circled. You know they got to redeem themselves against the Saints. So you don't think the Bucs gonna come out hype? Now, granted, the game is on the road. The game is on the road, right? The game is on the road. So it's a tough road game for the Bucs. The Bucs can pull it out, but they got to go through a tough Saints team. As much as the Saints like being with the hurricane situation, the Saints have had only one home game in 5 weeks. So actually 6. They only had one true home game in 6 weeks. Me living in New Orleans, I hear this crap every day. One home game, and it's been 6 weeks. They only had one home game. Meanwhile, the Bucs have had 3 or 4 of them already. Think about that for a second, folks. And it's so interesting that the Saints are not the Drew Brees Saints no more. They're a different type of team now. They're run the ball, play good defense. Go look at the defensive stats. The Bucs, the number one rushing defense in the NFL, the Bucs. Guess who's behind the Bucs? Guess who's behind the Bucs? Saints. The Saints run defense is really good. And guess what the Bucs been doing really well? The Bucs been running the ball pretty well. Now they got to go against a team with a top 3 run defense, top five run defense. So it's going to be interesting. The Bucs run game must be successful. The Bucs run game gonna be probably the biggest key for the offense. We know the Bucs offense passing the ball, right? It's the Bucs running game. Can they surprise the Saints with the running game of Fournette that's been successful? Granted, against defenses that can't stop the run, but you got to have some resemblance of a run game because they can't let the Saints take them out the run game and say, all right, we're gonna throw the run game away and we're gonna throw the ball around the yard against the Saints secondary. That's not a good recipe for a dub. I'm giving y'all some gems, some diamonds. If you don't run the ball against the Saints, you're setting yourself up for failure. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You got to try to run the ball. You got to try to run the ball against the Saints. You just can't drop back 45 times and expecting not expecting something bad not to happen. So the Bucs run game offensively is going to be huge. AB will be back. Gronkowski will be back. But remember, the Saints match up well outside. Marshawn Lattimore. Mike Evans doing all this stuff right now, but he doesn't do this against Marshawn Lattimore. Why? Why doesn't Mike Evans do this against top-level cornerbacks? Why can't he do this against Marshawn Lattimore? For some strange reason, you think he's going to have 3 touchdowns against Marshawn Lattimore next week? I'll put some money on that. Nope. Based on history, Mike Evans will be lucky to get 3 catches. For some strange reason. And what's so crazy is Marshawn Lattimore is graded out as the number 1 cornerback in the NFL. And guess what? Mike Evans got to be lined up against him next week. So you can kind of throw him out the way. He won't be getting 3 touchdowns against Marshawn Lattimore. Okay. AB. Okay, cool. We got AB. Charlie Gardner-Johnson. He matches up well against AB. Just like Darius Williams and the Rams match up very well. Now they're gonna attack Aladipo with Chris Godwin. So the Bucs got matchup advantages against the Saints. Can the Bucs exploit them? So it's gonna be interesting to see next week how the Bucs approach them offensively and defensively. You gotta believe that they're gonna blitz Winston. You gotta believe that they're gonna blitz Winston like they blitz Fields, Hurts, Jacoby Brissett. They're gonna blitz the heck out of Winston because they know how he plays. They're going to blitz the heck out of Winston. But we got to run the ball. Because if you don't run the ball against the Saints, you're asking for trouble. I'm telling y'all, they got good safeties. They got good cornerbacks. But you got to run the ball. Got to run. And I think the Bucs running game going to surprise a lot of people next week. I really do. Half of the stadium gone already. Half of the stadium gone already. But I can't wait for next week, folks. I cannot wait for that game because hopefully I can be at the game in person. I'm gonna try my hardest to get a ticket. I'm gonna have to pay a pretty penny for it, but I'm gonna try to be at the game in person. But I hope the Bucs show up for that game. I hope they don't come out there like last year and get blown out and get embarrassed, especially with Winston at quarterback. I'm a Tampa fan. And if we get beat by the Saints, I'm not going to hear the last of this, man. I'm going to get embarrassed. I'm going to get ridiculed all week long by the Saints fans. They're going to be bothering me everywhere I go. So I need the Bucs to win the game against the Saints, man, because Winston's their quarterback. And if they beat us, you know how embarrassing that is as a Bucs fan? Come on, man. That's very embarrassing. Oh, the Bucs. Okay, they got Brady out there still. So I'm gonna stick around for a little bit in the third quarter. Yeah, they can run this. They can run this down their throats. Yeah, I think this might be the last drive for the Bucs. I mean, for the starters. This might be the last drive for the starters. I think they just want to kind of get one more drive in, maybe get some points on the board. Yeah, I think they're gonna one more offensive series, and then they'll probably like call it a day. The game is under control. Like, they know that. They just kind of want to get some reps in. Yeah, like Tony Romo said, Chicago better than it. Their defense is better than this. Don't let this fool you about Chicago. Just their offense is horrible. Matt Nagy's not a good coach. That's the problem with coaches like Matt Nagy. They're just not good enough. The Bears are a bad team. They just got a bad offense. If that makes sense. All right, folks. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see the Bucs go reverse. Like last year, they were struggling for a while, 7-5, and then they picked it up. Don't be a front runner. All right, folks. All right, folks. Well, this game is over with. Enough of this. And watch the Bears offense. They're horrible. Half of the stadium's going already. I'm about to peace out. Thank y'all for coming out and joining the live stream. Unfortunately, it's not a competitive game. But it's for good reasons too, because one of the number one reasons why it's not competitive is because the Bears got a couple turnovers, short fields, and they got Matt Nagy. They can't throw the ball, so there's no need for me to stick around and try to commentate this game. So I will see y'all a couple times this week. I might do a video at the Saint Stadium, right outside the state. I might do a live show and outside the Saint Stadium, probably like sometime early this week. Let's go out there and just shoot a video. I think I'm gonna do that with my jersey on, with the jersey on, right? But we're gonna see. Can't wait for this week. All this week, I'm gonna be turned up. I'm gonna try to get to the game this weekend. Next weekend against the Saints, I'm gonna try to get to the game. It's gonna cost a pretty penny. It's gonna be hard to get a ticket, but I'm gonna try. Can't wait for that game. That game I circled along with the Rams game. Here's another game I circled. I'm gonna be extra hype. Cannot wait. The Bucs got to show up, man. At the end of the day, the Bucs got to show up next week. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear nope. Excuse me. I don't want to hear any excuses. We played the Dolphins, the Eagles, and the Bears. Look, the Saints are better than them. So I don't want to hear no excuses next week. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because I'm not making excuses. I'm gonna come in this game strapped. I'm gonna come in the game strapped in. Clap you in the coma. I'm coming in strapped, bombs away. I'm not coming in with the I'm coming in with full confidence that the Bucs gonna do good. I want them to do good. They gotta do good. You know what I'm saying? But so we'll see next week. We'll see. I'll make a couple videos. It's gonna be fun, folks. So stay tuned, folks. I'm gonna do a live stream out there by the Saint Stadium. I'm gonna have my tripod out there. I'm gonna shoot the video. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk that talk. What you doing? What you doing? One word now. What you doing? With that being said, shouts out to all the Pirates of Sea Bandits for joining the channel, the live stream today. It's a blowout. No need for me to stick around and see this. I'm gonna watch the Rams and the Lions. That game looks more interesting. So with that being said, I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day. No, I'm sorry. Shouts out to all the Pirates of Sea Bandits too, and appreciate all the super chats. Anyway, I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. Hashtag no risk it, no biscuit. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag facts over feelings. And my new one, hashtag what you doing. I'll see y'all sometime this week, a few times. It's a big week, folks. Y'all get ready. Get yourself together now. No excuses. Remember that. Saints week. Let's go. Buckles lock out.